Long Xiaoyao discovers Huo Yuhao and Tang Wutong and effortlessly relocates them to the outskirts of Heavendu City. There is no warning, no chance to prepare. Space itself bends at his will, making escape feel like a childish fantasy. Huo Yuhao understands this instantly. He knows that in terms of raw strength, he is utterly outmatched. But knowing the difference in power does not stop his heart from racing, nor does it silence the single thought echoing in his mind. Tang Wutong must survive. With no other choice left, Huo Yuhao chooses to bet on an instant. He unleashes 8 soul techniques in rapid succession, forcefully overloading his own body. Each technique strikes directly toward Long Xiaoyao's consciousness, not with the hope of victory, but with the desperate aim of buying time. Even a single second would be enough. A single breath could allow him to open the necromancer's demiplane and pull Tang Wutong inside, cutting them off from the Dragon Emperor's grasp. But the gap between them is too vast. Long Xiaoyao raises his palm and crushes the entrance to the necromancer's demiplane as easily as shattering fragile glass. Space collapses under his hand, and with a casual motion, he drags both Huo Yuhao and Tang Wutong back into reality. The price of Huo Yuhao's gamble is paid immediately. Blood spills from his lips as his body trembles from the backlash of releasing 8 techniques back to back. His vision blurs, his breathing grows ragged, and yet he forces himself to remain conscious. It is at this moment that Tang Wutong steps forward. She knows the danger. She knows that standing before Long Xiaoyao means placing herself in front of a force that can end her existence with a single thought. And yet she moves without hesitation. Tang Wutong confronts Long Xiaoyao alone, her eyes steady, her will unshaken. Her courage is not blind. It is rooted in something deeper, something untouchable. Tang San's protection surrounds her, an invisible safeguard that Long Xiaoyao cannot ignore. He may dominate the battlefield, but he cannot kill her. Tang Wutong activates her 7th ring martial soul, her aura surging as she calls upon the dragon god. Power descends, vast and ancient, wrapping around her form. She fights without reservation, pushing every limit she has. However, Long Xiaoyao never truly goes all out. He has no intent to kill her, and because of that, Tang San's protective power remains dormant. The clash becomes a contest defined by restraint on one side and desperation on the other. In the end, Tang Wutong manages to force Long Xiaoyao back half a step. Half a step, that is all. Yet for someone like Long Xiaoyao, that half step carries immense weight. It proves that Tang Wutong is no ordinary soul master. She stands slightly above Huo Yuhao in raw combat strength, but even so, the result does not change. The path to escape remains sealed. No matter how hard she fights, no matter how brilliant her talent, she cannot overturn the absolute suppression before her. What draws even more attention is what does not appear. In the original novel, Tang Wutong's confrontation with Long Xiaoyao is marked by the full manifestation of Dragon God's descent. Her aura transforms completely, her appearance shifts, and dragon-scale armor envelops her body, elevating her presence to something truly divine. But in the preview, this transformation is absent. Tang Wutong fights in her battlesuit, with only the Dragon God butterfly wings unfolding behind her. There is no new Dragon God's descent model, no dramatic overhaul of her form. This absence is striking, especially when compared to Huo Yuhao, who has received multiple new character models throughout the series. Tang Wutong, after her return, appears only in her casual attire and battlesuit. Both are beautiful, both are elegant, yet the lack of a new Dragon God's descent form feels like a missed opportunity. A fully realized transformation would undoubtedly leave a lasting impression. Still, the preview hints at something more. The dragon god she summons appears in a towering beast form, standing above Long Xiaoyao's true dragon. Its presence is overwhelming, its aura vast and ancient, radiating authority that even the Dragon Emperor cannot completely ignore. Though Tang Wutong herself does not transform, the dragon god's shadow looms large, reminding everyone that her lineage and potential are anything but ordinary. Despite this, reality remains cruel. Long Xiaoyao decides the game is over. Whether Huo Yuhao and Tang Wutong challenge him one by one or stand together, the result is the same. There is no escape. Long Xiaoyao does not mock them, nor does he belittle their talent. On the contrary, he recognizes their potential. He sees two rare geniuses standing before him, but admiration does not equal mercy. Without hesitation, he captures them both, sealing their fate with absolute authority. Then he introduces the death game. Long Xiaoyao produces a knife infused with dark elements, its aura cold and sinister. His terms are simple and merciless. If they endure 9 cuts and 18 holes, he will let them leave. Who takes the knife is up to them. The rules sound almost casual, yet the cruelty behind them is unmistakable. Tang Wutong possesses light elements. For her, even a single cut from a dark element-infused blade would be catastrophic. 1 wound would leave her on the brink of death. 2 would be fatal. Huo Yuhao, on the other hand, wields extreme ice. While still dangerous, his attributes allow him to barely resist the kinshur of the dark elements. The choice becomes painfully clear, even before words are spoken. Tang Wutong wants to step forward. She wants to take the blade herself, unwilling to let Huo Yuhao suffer alone. But Huo Yuhao does not give her the chance. Before she can act, he grabs the knife and slashes himself without hesitation. There is no dramatic pause, no grand declaration, only a sharp motion, followed by blood. The death game begins. Cut after cut, wound after wound, Huo Yuhao's body is carved apart. 9 cuts, 18 holes. Each strike tears through flesh, each injury pushing him closer to unconsciousness. His face grows pale, his strength fades, yet he never once retreats. By the time the final wound is dealt, Huo Yuhao collapses, his body riddled with injuries, consciousness slipping away. And yet, within this suffering lies opportunity. Huo Yuhao's collapse is not merely the end of his resistance, it is the beginning of transformation. Extreme pain, extreme pressure, and the brink of death have always been catalysts for his growth. This brutal death game, forced upon him by Long Xiaoyao, becomes the seed for a future breakthrough. As Huo Yuhao lies unconscious, the question lingers in the air. Will this torment push him to a new level? Will suffering once again forge him into something stronger? Dear viewers, are you looking forward to Huo Yuhao's next power-up? Feel free to share your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. As this intense preview comes to an end, the shadow of Long Xiaoyao still looms heavily over the story, while Huo Yuhao's blood-soaked gamble leaves behind more questions than answers. Pain, despair, and near-death experiences have always been the crucible in which true strength is forged, and this time is no exception. Whether this brutal death game becomes Huo Yuhao's breaking point or the spark for an even greater awakening remains to be seen. One thing is certain. After surviving such torment, nothing about his future path will remain the same. The gears of fate have already begun to turn, and the calm before the storm is slowly fading. What kind of transformation awaits Huo Yuhao, and how will this experience reshape his bond with Tang Wutong? The answers are drawing closer with each new episode. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on the latest developments in Soul Land 2, Peerless Tang Sect, don't forget to support the channel and share your thoughts below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, the story continues.